All right. Good evening and welcome to the regular human Utopian Cafe for Wednesday, November 17th. I'm obsessed with that show. What we do in the shadows. You got to check it out. It's on Hulu. I'm starting season 3 tonight. Check it out. Anyway, welcome to the show. This is, by the way, we're making history right now. This is the first pre-recorded content in the history of the Utopian baseball universe. I am recording this at noon on Wednesday. You're watching it live here at 5:30. If you're commenting and asking questions, I'll get to those later tonight. But thank you for being here. Let's take a look at some of the headlines today. Not a lot of stuff going on in the major leagues right now, but Freddie Freeman is a free agent. He's looking for 6 years. I think he'll get it in Atlanta. I think he stays there. Building off of a World Series championship. The guy will never have to pay for a dinner again in Atlanta. That's my prediction. I think Freeman stays in Atlanta. Reading this morning that Javi Baez is getting some interest from Boston. I could also see him going back to the Cubs. I guess I've changed my stance a little bit when they traded for him. I'm not a big Javi Baez fan, but I liked the energy that I saw. I understand he's best friends with Francisco Lindor. I think the Mets will be a player in there, and I kind of hope he stays now. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. And today would have been Tom Seaver's birthday. I want to talk real briefly. I know I've shared the story before, and you guys have actually, for those of you who were in the group last year, you might recall the day I found out he passed away. He was actually scheduled to pitch in the Utopian baseball universe against the Rangers. And I decided to air that live on Xbox, and Tom Seaver homered off Yu Darvish in that game. And I remember my voice cracking. If you want to take a look at it, it's actually on YouTube on our Utopian Baseball Universe channel. It's in a folder called 2020 Game Streams or something like that. Check it out. But it would have been Tom Seaver's birthday today. So happy birthday to his family. Hopefully celebrating it. I am sure they are. Tom Seaver, the greatest New York Met who had ever lived. Again, we don't have a ton to really go over today, but I do want to remind everyone that December 7th, we are debuting my talk show, Having a Catch with Joey Buckholtz. That's going to be Dan Byrne on our premiere episode. We've got a lot of great guests scheduled for season 1. We've got batting stance guy, Gar. We've got Andrew Pfeffer. We've got Cy Young Award winner Jack McDowell, one of my favorite authors, Peter Gallenbach, our very own David Rubin, and many more guests lined up for season 1. Again, that starts December 7th. The day before that is going to be a big day in the universe because we are going to unveil the entire schedule for the 2022 season. You're going to see every single Xbox stream that we have scheduled, every Monday Night Baseball game, all the ESPN coverage. This year on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, just like when I was a kid. We're going to have NBC doubleheaders on every Saturday. Bob Costas and Tony Kubek doing the early game. Vince Scully and Joe Garagiola doing the late game. TBS's Saturday night main event. Everything's going to be unveiled that day. That is also the day that our winter meetings will start. So on December 6th, we are going to find out which teams Sadahara O and Cy Young are going to be competing for in the Utopian baseball universe. And then for the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll announce the rest of the bigger names that are coming in. This is, again, I mentioned this on Monday and briefly yesterday. Each team is adding 10 roster spots this year. So each team is going to have a 40-man roster. Every night, each team is going to have basically a 30-man roster at the Utopian team level. 25 of those players are going to be active each night. And then 10 is going to be kind of like a taxi squad, if you will. If we have injuries or if someone's not performing, Once a month, each team will be able to make moves. So again, a complete 40-man roster. So if you have a favorite player that currently plays for your team, there's a very good chance he's going to be added to the roster in 2022. Some of the examples, Jonathan India, the Rookie of the Year in the National League, he'll be a Red next year. Austin Riley obviously is going to be added to the already stacked Braves team. Pretty much anyone making an impact right now in Major League Baseball will be added. The rosters, again, are fluid. So if someone is added and they don't make an impact in the major leagues, maybe we don't see them the following year. But pretty much anyone who's relevant right now will be added. But again, depending on what team they're on and who's playing in front of them, like India is probably not going to get a ton of at-bats with Joe Morgan and Brandon Phillips ahead of them. But it's the Utopian baseball universe. There's no DH. It's a 156-game schedule. Nobody plays every day here, not even Gehrig or Ripken. So we can see a guy like India making an impact, pinch hitting, maybe entering games, extra inning games, getting a start a week, maybe playing the back end of doubleheaders or day game after night game type of stuff. So I'm excited for that piece for 2022, bringing in a whole lot of players, and we'll still be bringing in some players from the past. I purposely left off names over the first 2 years so that we have this influx of free agency, but going forward, like in season 4, the players that we'll be adding will basically, for the most part, be current players, rookies, if you will. So I'm excited for that. Again, that's December 6th. We're going to unveil the schedule. And then on that morning, we'll just do it on the cafe at 5:30 that night. We're going to unveil the teams that Sadahara O and Cy Young will be competing with going forward in the Utopian baseball universe. So I'm excited for that. Today's top 5. I'm hungry, so I'm going to make lunch here. Again, you're watching this at 5:30. I'm recording it at noon, but I'm hungry. So we're going to have a food-related one today. I don't have any graphics, but if any one of you has ever been to American Family Field, formerly Miller Park, Justin Pfeffer and I are the only 2 members in this group, I believe. Andrew may have done it. I'm not sure. Confirm that with me, Andrew, if you did this as well. Who have hit for the sausage cycle. And what that is in a 9-inning game, and by the way, Justin did this in 1 inning, you basically consume a brat, a hot dog, an Italian, a Polish, and a chorizo in 1 game. I did it. Justin did it in 1 inning. I'm going to rank the 5 sausages from least favorite to favorite. My number 5 is the chorizo. It's good. I like it. It's a little too spicy for me. I'm not really sure what condiment goes with it. So I've only actually had 1 at Miller Park, and it was the day I hit for the cycle. I've had chorizo and eggs because I love Midnight Run. If you get that reference and you love that movie, I Want to Be Best Friends, we should get an apartment together. But I'm going to put 5 for chorizo. My number 4 is Polish. Again, I'm not 100% sure what condiment necessarily goes on that. I'm not a ketchup guy. I'm mustard all day. And I've only had 1 Polish in my life at Miller Park, and it was on that day. My number 3, now I'm Sicilian, so you'll probably be surprised by this, but my number 3 is Italian. I grew up in an Italian household. We ate spaghetti, it seemed like 3 days a week. I'm kind of sick of Italian food, to be honest. I love pizza, but I'm kind of over lasagnas and spaghettis and penne and all that stuff. So Italian sausage for me on this list is number 3. I usually top it with marinara and peppers, maybe some jardiniere. And now, as I say all this, now I feel bad that I shit in my ethnicity, but Italian is number 3. My number 2 at the ball game is the hot dog. Just straight mustard, maybe a little bit of the secret sauce. The dogs at Miller Park are amazing, but the greatest item at Miller Park is the bratwurst. Bob Costas, when he used to do the Saturday game of the week on NBC and they were at County Stadium, they would show him in the booth enjoying his brat with mustard, sauce, kraut. I love it. It's my favorite item at Miller Park, and it's number one on today's top 5, the bratwurst at Miller Park, or whatever they're calling it these days. All right. I want to wish a happy birthday to Jason Haas. Jason, if you're watching this, hope you're doing something fun today. Happy birthday to Jason. We will be back tomorrow live. So if you're commenting now or have any questions, I'll answer those later tonight. I should be home about 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'll answer all your questions and get to your comments. I'd like to hear how you rank those sausages. Again, if you've ever been to Miller Park, what's your favorite? How do you garnish them? Look forward to hearing that. Again, we will be live tomorrow. Tonight, I'll be making some custom baseball cards, maybe some tickets for 2022. I haven't really uploaded those yet, the tickets yet, but the 2020 and 21 card sets are all within the group. You can look at those now, working on the 2022 cards as we speak. So everyone have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow at 5:30 in the Utopian Cafe.